Guys, welcome back to the channel. I just got asked a very interesting question, and of course you can see by the title, should you buy PulseX or Hex? Now, it's a very important question, and it's a very interesting question because, as you guys can see, Hex is actually starting to take off, and this trend will continue. Before I actually get into the full analysis, I'm going to explain to you what's quite interesting about the Hex project. Now, I say this in all my videos, but just in case you're new to this channel, Hex founder Richard Heart is actually the founder of PulseX, PulseChain, etc. So they're both a part of the same team. So this isn't really like, a battle between two totally separated crypto projects. So they're both on the same team, so don't worry, guys. But the question is, which one should you buy, especially if you are strapped for cash? Now, the interesting thing about Hex in particular is, of course, it has a longer timeline, a larger track record. So this was launched in 2019. Now, if you bought from the start, well done. You're probably a Hex millionaire by now, or at least deep into the six figures. But the question is, where can you make your fortune now? So Hex, the good thing about it is it follows the trend of Bitcoin. So as Bitcoin started to take off, the overall market started to take off. We saw that Hex followed suit when the market started to sell off. Then of course we saw the market sell off as well. We saw the recovery when the overall market recovered, and of course we saw the sell off. And now that the overall market is starting to take off again, then of course Hex is following suit. Now this is actually a good thing for those of you that are wondering. This is good because it means at least you have a project that is not going to lag behind, right? There's many projects that unfortunately, even though they did have an incredible 2021, they're going to die out. They're not going to be around anymore, but at least we know Hex is going to be one of those coins that will take off. Now, even if we go to our 28th of December highs in 2021, okay, even if that does occur, let's just go up. That from where we are now is 123% gain, to be precise. Now, of course, that may be exciting for some, but if you're trying to make a fortune, then of course this, is quite minuscule in compared to the gains that you could potentially make with PulseX, which brings on to my next point, right? PulseX is likely to follow the trend of Hex, right? Now, even if, let's say this project was to go back up to all-time highs, you would make a 232% gain, and that's buying from this point here now. Now, PulseX is the opposite, right? If PulseX pumps, it could do well beyond, and let's just go back to, Hex at the start of 2021. Let's just go up. Hex did over almost 10,000%. We believe Hex will do more than this. Hex could do well over 30,000%, even 50,000%, depending if the conditions are right. So me personally, if I'm looking for the fortune move, I'm definitely looking at PulseX. If I'm looking for something more safe, secure, and that's already been proven, then of course I'm going to be looking at Hex. But remember, guys, they are part of the same project, so do keep that in mind. Now, before I continue, guys, if you do want to see more videos like this, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, click the bell notification icon so you can stay up to date with all my recent videos. Remember, guys, nothing that you see in this video is financial advice, so always make sure to do your own independent research. And with that being said, pause the video, click the link in my description, and join the Telegram group so you can stay up to date with all my recent updates, news updates, technical updates, and much more. And if you want more of our 100x gems, I suggest you join Crypto Crew Premium now. We are going to make a ton of crypto millionaires this year. So guys, sign up using the link in my description now. So let's continue. So Hex looks good for the breakout. PulseX, yes, when it launches, we will likely see a pullback, which could immediately make people think to themselves, well, maybe I should have just bought Hex. Or worst case scenario, you could see, PulseX maybe not make that move, maybe lag behind, maybe have an absolutely terrible year, and then we see a move after the next bear cycle. Who knows? But the point is, if we were to put both of them up together and, go, let's just give them both a 5-year duration, and let's say we put 1,000 in one, 1,000 in the other, I'm very confident that PulseX will produce the largest return out of the two, right? Considering how mature the Hex token is getting. I mean, even if this project goes to $1 this year, let's go all the way up. Let's go all the way up to $1. Even if this project does $1, that would be a total of 543%. Again, still a nice move, still a nice percentage move, but when we're talking about making a fortune, PulseX is the way to go. If this does $1, let's say PulseX does, let's say, to be modest, let's just say worst case scenario, PulseX repeats what Hex did in 2021. We're looking at over 10,000% ROI. I know where I would put my money. And I hope, I've kind of answered your questions in this video, but to conclude, just for those people who, may be struggling. So to conclude, Hex, yes, more secure in my opinion. Yes, more stable, more proven. But in terms of making the actual larger percentage gain, I personally believe PulseX is the way to go. And if I was a new investor in this market or any of Richard Heart's projects, I personally would choose PulseX. But of course, the decision lies on your shoulders. Now, what we're going to do in our next video, let's see if you want it. Do you want to see PulseX or PulseChain? Let me know. Vote below, vote by subscribing, vote by liking, and vote by joining the Telegram group. Until the next update, guys, seize the day.